So Roadwar 2000 is a post-apocalyptic strategic game that takes place on the map of the United States. Released in 1986 by Strategic Simulations, it was followed up by a similar game called Roadwar Europa, which took place on the map of Western Europe. On the Apple II, it's fairly slow. If you want to play this today, the Apple II is probably not your best bet. I would say grab the DOS version and play it in DOSBox. You should be able to do that on Windows, on Mac, on Linux. But the DOS version is really held up pretty well. Very important decision to be made here. What are we going to name our gang? Oh gosh, I don't know. Let's call them the Tea Leaves. Got a brand. Randomness plays a big role in Roadwar 2000. The United States, in-game and in real life, is a very large country. So where you start has a major impact on the feel of the game. Probably the worst start, from my perspective, is starting somewhere in the far west, meaning like Arizona, Nevada. You could literally start in the desert where there's no cities. Your first order of business, almost, is usually going to be to scout for goods of various sorts. And it could be rather tricky if you start somewhere where there just aren't any cities. So what have we got here? The entire game, your connection to it is done through menus. All right, so we are starting the game in Atlanta. So let's look at what our options are. We can loot, we can look for people to make contact with them. Looking for people can sometimes get you new gang members. Oh, we're a gang. Did I mention that we're a gang? We're a gang. Or we could search explicitly for vehicles. There are also options to scout the town to try to figure out who owns it. Let's go ahead and do that. This could be a fast game if we are in a bad place and get murdered. So let's see. I think E. Oh, I need to have caps lock on. So it's the C key. So it's not on any of the menus. You have to have the manual. Do I wish to scout the city? Yes. So we start the game with 1 arms master and 6 bodyguards. So your people have a certain level of quality. A, B, C, D, and E. And I think the names they give to those are arms master, bodyguard, commando, dragoon, and escort. And the quality level indicates how quickly they're going to be coming back. Well, we hit the jackpot here because Atlanta is not controlled by anyone. So yeah, I totally want to take over. Taking over towns has a number of side effects. When you've taken over enough towns, then various elements of the plot begin. Well, you know what? Let's just go ahead and get some supplies. So I'm going to hit L for loot. We found a parking lot. There are a few tires. We do need some tires, but I don't have any space. So I'm just going to cache them so I could find them later. And I'm going to do that with everything we found. So obviously we need space to carry things, so that suggests we want to find some more vehicles. So I'm going to hit V for vehicles. We did not find anything, and time passed. We can do that a couple times. We found a bus. Again, we're hitting the jackpot here. This is a good way to start the game. Yeah, we're going to take it. So now that we found a bus, we have enough space for a lot of people and a lot of materials. Looking at the manual, we can get some more information from the X key. And this shows us a little bit about what we've currently got. We have not a lot of food here. I think 36 is 36 units of food. Everyone consumes 1 unit of food per day, I'm pretty sure. We don't have a lot of gas either, so we can't go very far. We can also check our manpower by hitting M, and this shows us we have 1 arms master and 7 bodyguards. So we want both more people and more things. So let's go ahead and search for people. We didn't find anyone. We'll search again. A group of people on foot is eyeing you from a distance. Will you wait, send envoys, leave, or fire a volley? Well, we're doing great so far, so I'm going to go ahead and send arms masters, and we'll send 5 bodyguards. And the game is over. We're dead, and so Tea Leaves is dead. The gang Tea Leaves is dead, and so are you. Do you wish to play again? And it was looking so promising. Sure, I'll play again. This was a very typical game of Roadwar 2000. The game was extremely deadly. Let's give it another go, though. All right, I'm going to turn down the sound from the disk drive a little bit. This time for sure, it's going to go great. Salem, so that sounds like Oregon, I think. All right, we're going to go search for vehicles right away. Mid-size hardtop, sounds pretty good. Bad weather, it is Oregon. It looks like bad weather conditions are making time pass faster. All right, well, we've gotten into a fight. That's fascinating, given that I have no supplies and probably very few guns. So the fight detailed road combat is an important choice. If you say no, the game actually has not 1, not 2, but 3 different systems of road combat. If you say no to this prompt, then you immediately, it kind of resolves it by rolling dice, and it gives you a very quick summary of what happened. You can win or lose. We can say that we do want to fight detailed road combat. And now I have to flip the disk. Sure, I'll auto-deploy. That just means which of people are in which cars. All right, we have a total of 2 cars here. And this is going to be awfully rough. Oh, and we have 1 gun. Fantastic. We are doomed. What are our cars? We have a sports car hardtop, and we have the mid-size hardtop we found yesterday. And so the game at this point turns into Car Wars, if you've ever seen that. You can have people inside your cars, you can have people on top of your car shooting like in Mad Max. Yes, I want to end deployment and die. Okay, so the enemy vehicle looks like it's just a motorcycle. We might survive this. So now we could say we want to do quick combat, which is a different system of resolution. Long story short, you almost always want to do full combat because winning a full combat increases the number of vehicles you can have in your gang. You start able to carry or to travel with 6 vehicles, and I think the maximum is something like 15. So we do not want quick combat. Facing icons or vehicular icons? Well, I'll do vehicular. Standard map or generated map? We'll say standard. All right, I see us. I don't actually see the enemy motorcycle. Hopefully it'll show up. I also don't know which direction I'm facing. And so now I'm very worried that I'm going to smash into... Oh, I see, I can deploy. Okay, so this is just the deployment phase, so I'm not going to die just yet. The one thing I need to remember here is which direction is which on the compass rose. Let me see if I could find. I'm wishing I had chosen facing for direction for icons. Okay, so this is basically calculator directions. So the opposite of the number pad on your computer, of course. So 1 is north, 3, it's not even calculator directions, it's just weird. 1 is north, 5 is south, and then 2, 4, 6, 8 are northeast, southeast, southwest, and northwest. That is ridiculous. No wonder no one plays this game. Okay, so we are going to move. Let's see, that moved. Does that match the manual? Yes, 6 is southwest, 2 is northeast. It's like exactly backwards from what I want it to be. We said 5 is south, and then I think D to deploy it, right? All right, I still don't see the enemy. So we see that the car is facing 3, which I'm going to double check the manual. 3 is facing east, so that's all right. And it's going 30 miles an hour. And you can see that it has a certain number of M for movement points, which allow the car to turn right or left. And it can accelerate or brake. 30 miles an hour is fairly maneuverable. I don't know where the enemy is yet, so let's continue. I'm just going to choose move. And the car moves 1 square to the right. Same thing is happening here. I do see a wreck off in the distance. So let's go ahead and turn left once. That uses 1 of our movement points. And we're going to move. All right, there's the motorcycle. And it looks like it is to the southeast. Now we get a chance to shoot. I'm pretty sure everything is too far away to hit, and it's going to tell us there's no targets. So we're going to say quit. Quit in this context just means quit that phase. Same thing here. That's too far. I'm not even going to bother to take a shot. After all, I only have 1 gun and probably not many bullets. Transferring crew, if I had vehicles next to each other, they could jump from car to car. We're not going to do that. Game is very interested in phases. It's not going to be any boarding or melee because we're far away from each other. So what are we going to do here? Well, I think the right thing to do, clearly... Now we're facing northeast here, so if I continue on, I'm going to smash into those houses. So I'm going to turn right here, so I could start heading towards the motorcycle. I turned right twice, and I'm going to accelerate also. The thing that I really want to do here, since I only have this 1 gun, I kind of like the idea of smashing into this motorcycle. Hopefully it won't destroy my car. So once again, I'm going to turn this car to the right one, and I'm going to accelerate, and we're going to move. All right, we're going to continue on, moving in that direction. Same here. Now, you'll notice that the vehicles are taking turns, and as you would imagine, vehicles that are moving faster get more turns. But if you're moving faster, then you are less mobile. So you could see here, I just accelerated, and I can now only make 1 turn per turn, 1 rotation of the car left or right per turn. But that should be enough to smash into this motorcycle and murder him. All right, so now you can see we're getting more turns per turn. All right, so these cars are now right next to each other. So the motorcycle is shooting at me with 2 guns. It looks like it did not hit me, which is great. That car's still too far away to take a shot. So we're going to go to the next car. We'll take 1 shot if we have a gun in this car. I'm not sure if we do. So we can fire at the interior or the wheels. Firing at the interior is trying to shoot the people. Firing at the wheels is trying to take the wheels out. Let's shoot at the interior. I think that's the easiest shot. We have crossbows. And we did kill one person on that motorcycle. We could also try and shoot out of another window. So we're going to shoot out the left. And it looks like I don't have a way to reach them. Already fired out the front. So that's it. That's all we can do there. I do not wish to transfer any crew. So we could try to send people onto this motorcycle to try to take it over. Not really worth it, and you tend to lose people, and I don't have enough gang members now to be able to afford to lose them, so I'm going to quit. All right, so we are facing southeast. I'm going to turn left, use my one maneuver, turn left. Now we're facing east, and by moving, I'm going to collide into this motorcycle. And I feel like with a hardtop car, I've got a pretty good chance of them being killed and not me. We won the battle. Let me switch discs again. Found a gun. Yes, I will take it. You can see we have much more space because we found that other car. So got a few more tires, probably some gasoline, some medicine. Okay, let's look for people. We're going to do it again. Oh, thank goodness. So now this time, this is what you want to happen when you go to meet people. So very often they will offer to join you, and the quality of the people you recruit depends on who you meet. So very often you'll meet the needy, and needy will almost always be escorts, the lowest level of people. These are mercenaries. They should be fairly middling, which is good. So we're going to say yes. We got a few bodyguards and some commandos and dragoons. That's fantastic. Food low. This is a problem. Let's go looting. We don't really need our vehicles repair. We need food. If you run out of food, you can have your team start deserting, which is really not great. I don't need tires. I need food. We're starving. Great. And some of my people are now dying. This is a hard game. Come on, gas stations at least got to have a vending machine. A candy machine? Post-apocalyptic is rough, y'all. Oh, thank God. All right, supermarkets are where you'll find food. Great. We have so much food here, we can't even carry it all. So we'll take what we can and cash the rest. That should get us through a night. Hopefully then we can find some more vehicles. All right, let's look for some more cars. And you can just hear the disk drive going overtime every time anything happens. It's working those flat text file databases. I tell you, I'm not finding any vehicles. Might be time to leave Salem. All right, let's get the food that we left in the cache. Transfer supplies, that's T. Okay, so we've got some food, we've got some fuel, we've got 2 guns. That's not enough guns. All right, so we have 2 choices here. We could head north towards, it looks like, what is it, Portland up there? Or we could start heading south and go to the promised land of California. I kind of like that plan. So let's say, I think we said 5 is down. I'm going to hit 5 to move towns here. I'm not going to, well, let's do it. Let's scalp the sound. 1, 4, 2, 2. No, I only have 1 dragoon. Oh, this is controlled by the invaders. Well, we don't want to stay here. Leave. Because if the town is controlled by a hostile faction, they will sometimes attack you. So let's see. We're going to move south. Here we go. We've moved south 1 town. We're in Eugene, Oregon now. Let's first look for, some vehicles and some food. We got some fuel. We're going to cache all that stuff. So space is at a premium, and this is why I was so excited in the previous game when we found a bus. Because having a bus, a sidecar, oh, that's wonderful. Thank you. Boy, this is a grim game. Having a bus or a truck or a construction vehicle really gives you a lot of space to carry things. I'm just not finding any vehicles here. A van. Okay, good. So with a van, we now have enough that we can stop searching for vehicles all the time and focus on survival. Sure, why not? We'll take that fuel. So let's search for people. Because with a van, we can start having some firepower. Armed rabble. So they're not going to be quite as good as mercenaries, but they're better than the needy. So now we have enough manpower that, we're not going to get wiped out by a random cannibal encounter like happened in the last game, probably. The big problem right now is I'd like to head to California, but we only have a little bit of gasoline. You can sometimes find gas on the road, but... Okay, the National Guardsmen are telling us that we might get executed. Great. Well, they're going to have to deal, because we need food. 80 foods, not very much. Alright, well, we're obviously not going to play this game to completion, so let's go ahead and get killed. We're going to leave Eugene, going to the south. Under bad weather conditions. Alright, now I need to go southeast, so that's 4. And we could be looting on the road here, too. You might find a gas station or something. We're going to have to do that. But it's not looking well. It's not looking great. We're going to starve to death. Oh, this is bad. I don't need gas. I need food. Eat fuel. Oh my god. Alright, we're just going to try and make it to the next town before we all die. This bad weather conditions is really hosing us because it is making everything take more time. So we're getting fewer actions per day than we would otherwise. We're in Sacramento, California. We found some guns. That's nice, although we're going to starve to death. I don't think ammo actually takes up space. All right, we got one day here, I think, to... Oh, the team is happy. 400 food. Fabulous. Well, we lost a lot of people there, so let's see if we can find some more fresh cannon fodder. I don't know how many of these guys I actually have. Armed rabble. Okay, yeah, come on board. We got food. It's going to be great. Fuel is the big problem. So if we leave, we're going to just run out of fuel and be abandoned. Good time to find a gas station. I don't need that many tires. It's not a lot of fuel. I believe fuel is only consumed when you move, so we should be okay hanging out in Sacramento. You might notice on the map in the grassy areas, there are these red dots as well as green dots if you're not red-green colorblind. The red dots are plague areas. There's some sort of... Everything's going wrong. The U.S. has been invaded. There's a plague. It really is, post-apocalyptic. Street gangsters. Okay, yeah, come on in. The water's fine. Let's see who owns Sacramento. Okay, you'll notice that our escorts just abandoned us. And that can happen. Lower quality troops are more likely to just go away. And we still need some more gas. You want me to pay a fine? Nah. He's probably right. I probably will be sorry. Happy New Year. It's January 1st. All right. We're going to bug out of Sacramento and move one town over. My impression, and I don't know if the game actually works this way, but I certainly feel like the game, you find less stuff the longer you've been in one place. So, out of gas, oh my god. Oh, there we go. Let's find some gas, please. 44 fuel. All right, that's enough to get us to the next town. Santa Rosa. Let's keep going. Maybe we can get to San Francisco. San Francisco, Oakland. All right. Certain cities give you benefits. That's why, frankly, I was trying to get to San Francisco because I thought maybe something will happen. So, for example, when you arrive at Pittsburgh, the fact that there are steel mills there in this game gives your cars all a bonus to armor. Likewise, when you get to Indianapolis, your cars, the racing capital of the U.S., your cars get faster and get better brakes and things. So, let's hang out in San Francisco. I was assuming something would happen, but nothing did. A station wagon. Fabulous. Keep looting. And you can see that as we're getting more cars, we are also getting more space to carry things. So the game is this kind of constant trying to lever up what you've got. And we can get a report on what cars we have at this point. Let's see, what is the command for that? Gang status report G. Okay, so you can see our max vehicles is up to 7. That's great. It's usually a good idea to try to get to have the maximum number of vehicles. If you find one that is better or bigger or stronger, you could always swap it out. Fuel consumption, obviously more vehicles means you're using more fuel per movement. And we're out of fuel right now, so we are going to have to loot for that. And we've got 48 people. So that's actually a pretty good number of guns and people if we get into a fight. The game is just being really parsimonious with fuel. So here now the weather is no longer frightful, and you could see that we're getting to do several actions per day instead of one. Guns are always good. I'm going to take those guns. I'll take that ammo. More people. Now at this point we may have so many people that possibly it's not a great idea to recruit more, but the more people you have, the more you're likely to be able to survive. So the big problem right now is fuel, and then finding people to murder, I guess. Ooh, the invaders have attacked. So now this is very programmatic here. We don't get to manipulate our people. You can see we killed a few of their higher ranked people, so that's an indication that we should probably win this battle. And they're killing mostly our lower ranked folks. And I'm sure that someone has done a blog article explaining exactly what the formula is here. Oh, I lost another bodyguard. It's okay. It's all okay. Because when you win a battle, people promote. All right. So we had a few promotions. Sure, I'll take their guns. Let's take a look at our gang one more time. We still only have 3 fuels, so we can't leave San Francisco even if we want to. And we only have 38 crew. We took some damage there, that's for sure. Well, at least we're not going to go hungry anytime soon. Now, I really want to find some fuel and get out of San Francisco. We'll leave the rest because we need space for fuel. See if this is another insultingly small gas station. All right, 45 fuel. Good, we can get out of here now. So we're going to go southeast, right? It's 4. All right, guess what? We are at SSI. That's fantastic. We are at the company that made the game. We have just encountered their corporate offices in Silicon Valley. I totally am going to visit. Good day, may I help you? A smiling young lady. It's a cameo by the administrative assistant. We explained that we're trying to save mankind from a horrible plague. She replies, you must be here to see Mr. Johnson. That's the author of the game. She pushes a button in her telephone and speaks softly into its mic. You can't help but notice that one wall is hung with dozens of awards from many sources. Wow, this is just amazing. I love it. Your attention is drawn. A lanky dude wearing a Stetson and dingo boots lopes into view. You know, I have a new goal. My new goal is to make a classic game and self-insert myself into it. Smoke-filled office. Grateful Dead on the screen. On the screen of an aging computer, you see your game life displayed. He presses reset and we feel a wave of dizziness. I've played this game for years and I've never gone to Silicon Valley in the game, so this is all new to me. Oh, wow. My game is restored. And we got a bunch of bonuses. Oh my lord. That's fantastic. A doctor? We have a doctor now. Oh my... Why have I never done this before? Okay, new plan. When you play Roadwar 2000, I think get to Silicon Valley. That's incredible. This has been Gaming Like It's 1979. Thanks for watching.